I'm Michael Kaiser, and I drive a Porsche Carrera in the Camel GT Challenge. Why don't you slip into the driver's seat with me, and we'll take a lap around Mid-Ohio.
Ohio to Daytona, from Lime Rock to Laguna Seca, the Camel GT Challenge brings you the most exciting sports car racing in North America. The best drivers and the best cars battling for more than $500,000 in prize money throughout the season. Each one struggling to be named the Camel GT Challenge champion and claim the winner's share of the $60,000 point fund contributed by Camel Filter cigarettes. Variety's the keynote of the Camel GT Challenge, variety which more than 400,000 fans enjoyed last year. The Camel GT is conducted by the International Motorsports Association. In the short span of 6 years, IMSA has become the recognized world leader in GT racing. Under President John Bishop's direction, IMSA has brought to the forefront what the racing fans want to see, the racing drivers want to compete in. From modest beginnings in 1971, the Camel GT race weekends have grown to where last year more than 29,000 race fans attended each event, and it's still growing. What kind of racing is it? It's GT, or Grand Touring Racing. Every car in the series is based upon a production touring car, identical to those you see in a dealer's showroom. The cars are fitted with safety equipment and modified to make them total single-purpose racing cars. Even with the modifications, they're still readily identifiable to you, the fan. Is this series, which is only a few years old, really the most competitive in the world? Well, last year, the BMW factory sent over their best cars, best drivers. In Europe, BMW has dominated GT racing. They felt that winning the Camel GT would be relatively easy.
Yeah, when we came over to America, BMW didn't expect that the IMSA Camel GT series are such a competitive, tough thing, you know.
It was such a competitive thing. The BMW team won their share of the races, but not the championship. They discovered what the Camel GT regulars already knew. They were in a highly competitive series where cars and drivers ranked among the best in the world.
I've participated in both the Camel Series and the Trans Am Series. In fact, I worked in the Trans Am Series first, and I like the IMSA group, the Camel group GT Series quite a bit better, mainly because I feel more competitive, and I think it's a chance to race against some better guys, although, you know, there's some great guys in Trans Am racing too, there's no doubt about it, but I feel the competition is much keener here. And I just like the direction that the Camel Series is going in, as far as attracting European or foreign competitors and more cars, more makes.
The drivers come from all over the world and from all forms of racing. From England, there's David Hobbs and Brian Redman, winner of the American Formula 5000 Championship for the last 2 years. From European Grand Prix racing comes Sweden's Ronnie Peterson and Germany's Hans Stuck. From Australia comes Alan Moffat. They came to battle with America's finest: Al Unser, two-time Indy 500 champion; Can-Am champion George Fulmer; Camel GT winner Peter Gregg; Al Holbert; Hurley Haywood; Sam Posey; and stock car stars David Pearson, Benny Parsons, Buddy Baker, and there was Donnie and Bobby Allison. Variety of the Camel GT Challenge is apparent in other ways. A quick look at the cars which compete in the series shows it best. From Europe come the Porsches, which have been the car to beat thus far in the series. Also from Germany come the BMWs, powerful cars ideally suited to some of the faster circuits of the Camel GT. The Capri, yet another German entry, which has been exceptionally fast but not reliable. Italy gives the series its most exotic GT cars, the Ferraris and the Panteras. From the Orient come the Datsuns, the 240Z model, which has done exceptionally well, winning the GTU Championship for small engine cars for the last 2 years. Cars from all over the world coming to test the best America has to offer: Corvettes, Camaros, and Mustangs. A special class unique to IMSA are the All-American GTs. The Monzas and Mustang 2 Cobras, built to the new rules, are among the fastest and most exciting GT cars in the world. These are cars which are able to compete on equal terms with the best the European factories have to offer. And what could be better than having this great variety of cars competing on a wide variety of different racing circuits? The Camel GT Challenge is held on race courses throughout the United States and Canada. There are primarily 2 types of circuits which are used, like the combination road and oval courses, where the race is held on the high-speed oval, like Daytona International Speedway, the Charlotte Motor Speedway, Pocono International Raceway, the Alabama International Motor Speedway at Talladega, and the Ontario Motor Speedway in California. And there are the road racing courses that have been built to duplicate actual roads the cars could normally drive on, like Lime Rock in Connecticut, Road Atlantic, Laguna Seca, Sears Point, Mid-America in Missouri, Mid-Ohio, and Mossport, as well as Mount Tremblant in Canada. And, of course, the converted airport at Sebring, Florida, where the famous 12 Hours of Sebring is run. Just as each car and track are different, so are the types of races which make up the Camel GT Challenge. Within the series, you'll find races which vary from 100-mile sprints to 24-hour tests of endurance. The drivers and their crews have to be able to function on different tracks under all conditions, for like postmen, neither rain nor gloom of night can stay these couriers. Some drivers like the adverse conditions, and some do not.
I don't like rain driving at all, and the fact that it looks like it's going to rain only means that we have to pray a little more and be a little more optimistic, but on all counts, I'm not keen about rain.
Camel is the only series in the United States that we can drive at night. There's 2 races a year, and I've always, driving at night is kind of like sitting in your living room in front of the fireplace. All the dials are glowing in front of you, and the cool breeze is blowing in over your body, and I like the challenge. And at night, you know, it's dark and you can't see what you're afraid of, so maybe it's just sheer stupidity to be able to drive at night, but I like it.
Well, I think getting ready for a long race is a little bit different than getting ready for a short race. So we have to practice more with the crew and things like tire wear, brake wear.
The Camel GT Challenge puts tremendous demands upon the crews and drivers, but they're demands they all enjoy.
When we have racing in Europe, it's a very hard job, and the whole weekend there's absolutely no fun, and it's a very serious thing. But here it's good competition and fun, you know?
The Camel GT Challenge, not just a series for drivers, it's for the fans. IMSA's motto is racing with a difference. The difference being that it's done with you, the fan, in mind. John Bishop makes no bones about it. IMSA is in the entertainment business through the sport of road racing. Their job is to entertain you, bring you the type of racing you want to see. For it's the fans which make Camel GT racing possible. The races are weekend gatherings, conducted in the atmosphere which is unique to road racing. It's a chance for families and friends to get together for a day or two, which appeals to both the veteran racegoer
Oh, we've come here every race I've got.
and to people making their first trip to a race.
It's my first time out, so I'm really getting the thrill out of it. Love it. First time.
Oh, yeah.
The Camel GT Challenge.
Dynamite.